Alright, today I'm going to be cooking my Sunday dinner. Today we're going to be making some turkey lasagna. And I'm going to also have garlic bread with that, along with corn on the cob in a salad. What we have our green red pepper and yellow onion, and we'll just dice those up. I've got some pasta sauce, traditional. We have tomato, basil, and garlic. We have our mushroom pasta sauce. You can get any pasta sauces that you like. I like to add ricotta cheese into my lasagna as well. We have some minced garlic to cook with our meat and our peppers along with our onion. We got some Italian seasoning, some black pepper, salt-free garlic and herb. Got some garlic powder, onion powder, and I have some paprika back there as well. And it's just smoked paprika, just regular. And I bought oven-ready lasagna so that can cut off some of our time. And I also got some butter. You can use butter, margarine, whatever you have. And I'm going to make my own garlic bread instead of using the Texas Toast in the box, which is, I mean, fine. It's all about what you like. So, we'll be back. So you can start by getting your peppers all cut. I like to just cut the top and rip the gut out. And rinse your pepper. And dice that. And I mean, if you like a chunky, you can leave them chunky as well. No particular way to do it. Just do it the way that you like it. I'm going to cut mine fairly small just so that they cook down. And we'll continue to do this for our green pepper, red pepper, and our onion. So what we're gonna do next is get your stove turned on, get you a pot, and take your turkey you had earlier. This is 1 pound. And I already had it in the freezer, and that's why that is. It's 2 different brands. But I mean, you get the gist. You're gonna need 2 pounds of turkey. And then what you're gonna do is put your green pepper, your onions, your red pepper that you just chopped up in. And what else we're gonna do is get some minced garlic. This is the rest of this one. I have a brand new one. You just want it to have a good taste, so season your meat. And this is a brand new one. A decent amount of that in there. I'm gonna add you some Italian seasoning. Some onion powder for sure. Garlic powder. And we want that all over the turkey, because that's the base of your lasagna, so you want it to be flavorful. Got you some black pepper. Some smoked paprika. Give it a smoky taste. And then we got our salt-free garlic and herb. And we're gonna let that cook down. And we'll be back. What you're going to want to do while that meat is cooking is go ahead and preheat your oven to 375. Into our meat, I did forget, if you want to add sausage, I'm going to try these out. This is my first time using the turkey sausage crumbles by Butterball. I normally just get the turkey sausage links and chop them up. It says these are microwavable. However, I am going to add them since I'm cooking my meat on top. I'm going to go ahead and empty this whole pack in so that it takes the flavor of the meat and seasons the meat as well, like with the sausage taste. And we'll go ahead and get that all incorporated and cook that down. This is not needed. This is something extra that I'm doing. Cook yours the way that you like it. So right now, it looks like our meat is not pink any longer. We're just gonna let it cook for a bit longer. Then we'll go ahead, we'll get the meat drained, add it back to the pan, and start on our sauce. So right now we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna get our meat off the stove. We're gonna cut the off, and we're gonna take the meat off the stove, and we're going to go ahead and get that drained. Put it in your strainer, your colander, whatever you call it, and here we go. That's hot. All right, and we're just gonna let that sit there a couple minutes and let that drain, and we're gonna start working on the sauce. So right now we're gonna start working on our sauce. I don't have my pan on, or pot rather, on quite yet. The butter we had earlier, I'm just gonna put about 2 tablespoons in, and just let that heat from the pan before go ahead and get that a little melted down, and we'll get our drained turkey meat and we'll add that back in. And once we add that back in, we're gonna go ahead and give it a stir. Okay, now we'll give it a stir. And this is all before we get that pan cut back on, because we don't want it to bubble out of control, but we do want to simmer our sauce just a bit so that the flavor can get all through it. And our meat is seasoned. And we'll probably add a little more seasoning to our sauce, but we're going to taste that as we go. So first, into the meat mixture, I have some traditional pasta sauce. We're going to go ahead and add 1 can of that. And the excess that's in the can, I'll just shake out the majority, all that I can, because I don't like to add water back to this jar. I think it makes your sauce too loose. And then we'll get our tomato, basil, garlic pasta sauce. And we'll add that in. And we'll get our mushroom pasta sauce. And we'll add that in. And you do want the extra sauce, because in a couple of days your lasagna probably will get a little dry. And if you have a lot extra, just go ahead and save your sauce, boil you some spaghetti noodles, and have spaghetti. Then we'll go ahead and we'll get that a stir. Get that all incorporated. And into the sauce. And this is not, I mean, this is my preference. This is not something that you have to do. Omit it if that's what you want to do. I am going to add a little light brown sugar. Probably like maybe a half a cup. Just to take that tomato bite off of it, so it's not so acidic. But also you don't want it sweet like you're making sweet potatoes or something. Just enough. We're going to go ahead, we'll get that all stirred up. And at this point, you can taste your sauce to see what you like. I don't cook with salt, so I'm not going to be adding any salt. Well, I rarely cook with salt. But I'm not going to be adding any. But I cook pasta so often that I know I'm going to add some garlic powder to mine. I'll add more salt-free garlic and herb seasoning. Probably just the rest. And I'll add more of my onion powder. And that just came from Sam's Club. I need to get some more. I'll add some no salt Tony's. A little spice. And I'll add some Italian seasoning. And at this point, we're going to just stir this up. And we'll go ahead and cut our stove back on to about medium. And let that simmer on top of the stove for about 20 minutes. To let that sauce get all cooked down and let those flavors come out. And then we'll start to prepare our cheeses. We'll be back. Okay, here we have our pot simmering with our sauce. We're gonna go ahead and give that a stir. But you can see it through the top. And hold that top, because that will pop on you and it will burn you. And put the top back on it and let that cook a little longer. Alright, so now while you got your pasta sauce still simmering, you are going to take your ricotta cheese and open it up. Add it into a bowl. Mush that down a little bit. And you do want to leave this out of the refrigerator once you start cooking your lasagna so that it can get pliable just like that. And basically what we're going to do is get 2 eggs and add that into your ricotta. Get yourself some Italian seasoning, and basically we're just going to season our cheese up. So, and season it to the point that you like your season. I am going to season it good because this will be one of our layers, and you want it to have a good taste. And ricotta really, I mean, it's more about, I guess, the texture. It really doesn't have too much of a flavor, so you want to get that seasoned good. And that egg just adds as a binder so it holds in place. And we'll mix that up real good. Just like this. And then to that, take yourself some of your Italian cheese, Italian blend cheese, and this is a 4-cup bag, so grab about 1.5 cups to 2 cups and add it in. And go ahead and get that mixed as well so it gets a little thicker. And you'll see why we did that. It'll be easier to just plop on your lasagna and spread out as one of your layers. And we'll be back when it's time to get that thing layered. All right, so at this point, we're gonna check our pasta sauce. You see, it's simmering. Give that a stir. It's been on for about 20 minutes. Just give that a stir. Cut your stove off, because now that is done. We'll put our top back. Well, actually, put your top in the sink. Wash your top off. And because you won't need that any longer. Go ahead and get that washed up. Let your sauce cool down a little bit, and now it's time to start layering. All right, so now it's time to start layering. So what you're gonna do first is get your sauce, and as you can see, it's still hot. What we're gonna do is put some of our sauce at the bottom of our pan. That's your first layer. We'll add that. And then we're gonna get our oven ready noodles. And layer them this way. And I do like mine noodly. And I don't know if that'll fit, so basically what you wanna do is just break that, and we can extra stack like that. We'll put some more sauce on top of these. And this will be a pretty deep lasagna, as you will see at the end. Sauce smells really good. Into that, add some of your cheeses. Right now, I have my Italian style cheese. We'll add some of this to it. And I like mine really cheesy. And then I'll add some of my Colby and Monterey Jack cheese. And some of my mozzarella cheese. And I don't know if I've said this in the video, but of course, alter this recipe to the way that you like yours. If you don't like turkey, use beef. If you don't like beef, use ground pork. You can do this with vegetables, and I'll make a veggie lasagna in one of my videos. But it's really versatile. Just do it the way you like. And then on top of that cheese, we're just gonna put some of our ricotta on. And we're gonna spread that, because this will be one layer. And for the people who say, oh, it takes all day to make lasagna, It really doesn't. As with anything. Just how bad you want it. So what we'll do next is I'll add some noodles. I'm trying to debate whether I want to do noodles or sauce. But I'm gonna put some noodles on this because this pan, I mean, it could go deeper. However, this pan, and I have enough to make another one because I am cooking for some other people. So we can go ahead and get that layered. And that can be a noodle on that side too. And these are just, once you bake them, they will cook down. So there's no right or wrong way. Just make it neat. That's really what you're looking for. And that's in any cooking. The neater it is, the better it's going to taste. The less you rush your food. It doesn't have to take all day, but everything's not going to be ready in 10 minutes. So. And we'll do the sauce. And since this will be the top, I'll just swirl some ricotta on top as well. Get that extra little bite. But you do want your top saucy because this is going to bake down within. You also want it to be thick. But for your ricotta on your top, instead of making it a layer, and there's no rhyme or reason, right way or wrong way, because you can mess up the pattern. Just put some dollops of that on. And give it a swirl. Of course, make it neat. And then we'll add our cheese to the top. For my top, I always do put sliced cheese on first. And I have provolone. I like the smoky taste of provolone. And this is just a 12-pack. And what we're going to do here is just make sure it covers the complete top. We like it cheesy. And I wonder why you can't get provolone in shreds. But basically, you'll add that. Whatever kind of cheese you have. These are, like I said, these are the ones that I like. And I'm going to spray some Italian cheese on. We'll add some more Kobe and Monterey Jack. We'll add the rest of that. Put that on. And get some more of your mozzarella. And go ahead and fill in around the corners where you see sauce. And yeah, that doesn't burn. You feel it around the corners. Oops. And this can get messy, but I hope you're a clean cook like myself. Here's what you're gonna do after. Wash your dishes, clean up your mess. Clean it up as you go. But this is gonna go in the oven for about 35, 40 minutes or so. And to the top of your cheese, your one last step, make it look nice. Get yourself some Italian seasoning. Sprinkle that on. And now we're headed to the oven. Doesn't that look good? All right, so now we're gonna head to the oven. Get your oven nice and open. Into the oven on your bottom rack. You're gonna put your lasagna in. And set a timer for about 30 minutes. Come back and check it. You wanna make sure that it's bubbly, you know, nice and golden brown. We're gonna start it at 30. We could potentially leave it in there maybe as long as 45 minutes. And we'll be back. All right, looks like the timer went off on our stove, on the oven. So what we're gonna do now is get our lasagna out. That looks so good. Oh, and this is a brand new pot holder. So basically what you're gonna do is, this is what you want it to look nice and golden brown, cheesy. We're gonna let that sit for a bit, and then we'll cut it, and it'll be time to make plates. Check that out right there. So good. All right, and there you have it. You got your turkey lasagna, your homemade garlic bread, your Caesar salad, and corn on the cob. If you like this video and all of my others, let me know how I did down in the comment section. Also in the comment section, give me some suggestions about what I should cook next time. See y'all next time. Bye.